Ah, you're preparing for later. I know because you had onion this time.
Just making
Precautions.
bring me precautions.
So, how do you feel about the pss, pss, pss? I'm just asking about the movie. Pss, pss, pss.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rosquilla Reviews. This is Rosquilla Reviews movie / franchise, I guess. This is
happy?
This is Gegano / Ryan, editor. If you haven't watched the other four that we've put up, what are you doing with your lives? Go watch them, then come back and watch this one.
As you can see, it's a new day.
Exactly. We changed shirts.
Yeah, I've been wearing mine for the last 6 years, so...
Yes, we had to scrape it off.
Yeah, that's what the Febreze were.
It's just, a little bit of a... Alright. If you guys... I brought Febreze just for precautionary tales.
He had onion.
I had onion, but he was the one who made me experience something nasty. Anyway, so today we are reviewing Trail of the Pink Panther from the 5 original Pink Panther movies with Peter Sellars.
Technically there's a 6, but we're not... I mean, like, I'd like to count it, but we don't have time, and we kind of missed the deadline to watch it. That's the Inspector Clouseau movie. But I'm going to say that it's not a part of that disc set, so I'm going to say nay to it. And this is our last movie featuring Peter Sellars, which sadly, he passed away 18 months before the film was released. So it was one of those movies that's like, oh, we're going to look back at older clips of him going around doing things like those last episodes of like TV series where they go inside like a scrapbook and they reminisce about the past because they're lazy and they don't want to make new animation. I'm looking at you, 101 Dalmatians, for making me spend 2 episodes looking in a scrapbook. Anyways. What's the time there?
Yeah, well, I was just waiting for you to finish whatever rant you just went on. This is Trail of the Pink Panther, came out in 1982. Mm-hmm. Like you said, this was oh gosh, I don't know what you call it.
Inspiration.
No.
Thank you.
A memorial movie, kind of Peter Sellars, because, like he said, passed away 18 months prior to the film being released.
Which then they released another Pink Panther movie a year after, so...
Anyway, so for those of you who are not familiar and decide that you're just going to start here for some reason, we review movies on a scale of 1 to 10 in 3 different categories. We do it on actor performance.
You're not doing the hands.
No, you are. Film plot, and overall enjoyableness for each of us. Our opinions are our opinions, and we're not taking them from anywhere else. Okay, so just remember that. We will have a link to the film, the IMDb, down below for the Trail of the Pink Panther, and then we will also have the list of films that we watched in this franchise down below. So if you're curious of what movies we watched, go ahead and check them out. Besides that, I think we can hop into it. So why don't we start with overall actor performance? Personally, I'll start. Personally, I believe that it wasn't. I mean, I think it was pretty good. I think it was probably the same as the first 2 for actor performance, kind of in that same range. It wasn't as good as, or the first 3 wasn't as good as 4. 4 was great, quality film. If you haven't seen it, go check out below my review on it. Peter Sellars.
I can't see it below.
Anyway, Peter Sellars, he wasn't really in it as a...
Close that tab.
Anyway, Peter Sellars wasn't in it as like an actual character. It was just clips. And then they had all these other people trying to make the memorial for him and giving their own little perspective on things. I think overall it was a good movie. I don't think there was a whole lot of like overacting. I think, we saw the main stuff that we've seen in the past 3 films. With the actors, they did a good job at doing what they were supposed to do. They could be better, could be worse. So it's very simple. This one's I think it's gonna be a shorter video since it's a lot of stuff that we've already seen before.
Yeah. So and on my end, the actors did pretty well. I mean, they brought back a lot of actors, even though the commissioner kind of depictualized himself in the fourth one, and suddenly he's back. It's like, what? No, but I mean, it is very nice of them to honor him, but then immediately make the next film, and then keep making more films about the son of Pink Panther and all that kind of stuff. But it just depends on things. I feel like the news lady, she did a really good job.
Well, she was kind of the main character per se in this film. She well, obviously it was Inspector C was supposed to be the main character, but the actual main character
they used clips from some of the stuff they took out of the fourth movie.
Some of the stuff that was in the third and the first and the second.
No, I was talking about the beginning part was in the fourth movie, but they took it out because it explains why his bag of rice was pouring out of his baguette and few vegetables in my bag as I go. Da, 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 I'm stuck in the elevator. Da, 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 da.
Anyway.
So, I mean, it was all right.
It was all right.
I'm
on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it a 3. I think it wasn't as funny as the fourth one. The actors or whatever, I mean, weren't as funny as the first one. It was very serious.
That and they reused.
They reused a lot of clips, so it didn't have the same effect as seeing them for the first time.
Until you realized the Mafia Man was new to you.
Yeah. I kind of jumped ahead there and almost was talking about the plot. But for the actors, I think it was a 3 out of 10. I think they could be better, could have been worse. A lot of stuff that we've already seen before. There wasn't a whole lot of improvement either way, so.
Mm-hmm. I will say 6 out of 10. I'm going back from the 7s or whatever I usually do. But, I mean, they did well. The Inspector Clouseau's father was father like son.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Shall we go to the plot?
I think one thing I do want to say before we head the plot is that they did have his father in there, which was a nice touch, kind of this explains a lot. And I imagine it's probably, we might see more of him from the Inspector Clouseau movie or whatever. I don't know. We're not watching it because we didn't have time for it.
And I haven't seen it yet. I've seen, like I said, I think it was the 2004 box. I don't entirely remember. So anyways, plot?
So yeah, we can go ahead and move on to plot. So you just re-clarify. He said 7. I said 3.
We'll assume at this time
on
with this poster I have right here of it.
Right here.
That when it comes to I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
So plot.
Yeah, go ahead and start.
So basically, after the fourth movie, Inspector Clouseau was informed that the Pink Panther was stolen. Again. The third time.
For the third time.
So basically, he decides to go on a plane trip, and his plane goes missing. So the newspaper anchor lady, that I gotta find her name, so...
Mary?
Mm-hmm. Where's Mary?
Or Jonah. Pretty sure that was her.
Yeah. So yeah, she basically decided to find the truth if Inspector Clouseau was alive or not, and goes around to Sir Charles back from the first movie, and the commissioner, and
kind of does an interview with all of them.
Yep, and even Kanto. Can't forget about Kanto.
Yep.
As he attacks her twice. And even Hercule back from the first few movies where he owns a boat now.
Yep.
So basically going through, reminiscing about the old times where Inspector Clouseau decided to...
Chief.
Thank you.
Chief Inspector.
Well, I mean, yes, Chief Inspector, but in the past when he wasn't really Chief yet.
Right.
and going around doing all of his wacky, I'm gonna start doing my sporty things, and then suddenly, whoops, I fell.
Yeah.
And going over some few things we haven't seen, like for example, the when the mafia was after Inspector Clouseau. Poor ninja.
Poor ninja.
Poor mafia ninja.
Poor mafia ninja.
So, and then basically she is led to Inspector Clouseau's father's vineyard, where we have women stepping on grapes, like many men like want to have to happen, except
A lot of men want to have women step on grapes.
step on them like if they were stepping on grapes in a barrel.
Okay.
not my depiction, but and then she says like Inspector Clouseau might be alive or not, and a cue is at the end when Inspector Clouseau gets pooped on by a bird.
You remember Pepperidge Farms? Pepperidge Farms.
Don't bring your work into this. So while it is, clips from the past and stuff, I honestly feel like this is a very nice memorial film
Yeah.
to Sellars.
If you guys have, if you can tell us what it would be called. I don't think it's called a memorial film, but like a memorial's remembering.
Saving Private Ryan's is a memorial. Oh no.
So yeah, leave that down below and let us know so we can correct ourselves.
Yeah.
My turn to go into a little bit.
Yeah, go right ahead.
First off, family friendliness, not family friendly. There was 98% of the film was relatively family friendly, but
and then we get to the vineyard.
But then there's the vineyard scene, and it is definitely not for young kids.
Cue the one woman falling off of the the one scene that gets repetitive.
Yes.
Except they aren't wearing anything, but
anyway,
that's why I rated 9 out of 10.
Allowing me to continue, since I allowed him to continue for the most part. It's a funny movie, or funny. I think the plot, it wasn't like super funny because it was all repetitive, but there was just those small moments in there that kind of made me go haha and like remember the past, some of the funniest moments, I guess, in the films.
There weren't any dancing numbers.
There wasn't any dancing numbers, which, like I accurately predicted, take out the dancing numbers and we saved a half an hour on the film. It was an hour and a half. I think the other ones were like an hour and 40, an hour and 50.
Well, the first one was like, an hour 50.
So, like, it saved quite a bit of time. Cut out that all movies. Anyone that watches this who's thinking about creating a film, 0 dancing numbers, unless the film is about dancing, like Dirty Dancing. That's the only film that's allowed to have unnecessary dancing numbers in it.
Singing and dancing in the morning.
Anyway,
I would like to give this
hang on. Just let me. I'll let you talk. Let me talk for a couple seconds here. Bad. I think it stayed on the idea of like the plot stayed focused on trying to, is he gonna come back? Was he a good guy? Was he a bad guy? Like it stuck to the interview style of film, and it made sense all the way through. I didn't get lost. I understood what was happening. It's not an attention grabber. I mean, I was up doing stuff around, but I kind of knew what was going on. There's some funny moments that he rewinded and paused and made me come back and watch.
Oh yeah, you're making lunch, and I'm just like, you missed the best childhood moment.
Yes. So there's stuff like that kind of made it stand out, but for the most part, it wasn't very attention grabbing. So I think we can go ahead and rate it now.
Yeah, I will. For the plot, I'm gonna say a 6 again.
6. I'm gonna give it a 3 only because the plot is just repeating the plots from the other 4 movies.
Yeah.
So, there was some fresh stuff, but I don't think it's really worthy of a 6.
All right. Now enjoyableness.
I didn't think it was that enjoyable. To be honest with you, I think.
Well, you liked the ending.
Yeah, the ending was good. I think for the most part, just because it was repeated, and if I wanted to watch those scenes, I'd probably just end up watching the actual film itself, not this short like clipped together version. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I don't think I cared for it that much. I think it could have been better. I feel like they could have done a better way to remember him.
Replace him the next year.
Yes.
And then make 20 other films. No, but yeah, I'm gonna agree with. I mean, like, it was enjoyable to the part, but like we mentioned, we don't have. I mean, like, we did see new scenes that we haven't seen before, but mostly like it's a bunch of repeats. Enjoyableness. I'm gonna have to. Great, this is gonna end up being like I'm rating exactly how I rated the first film, basically, at this point. So,
just keep talking.
Oh yeah, I'm just wondering who's strumming the guitar.
Guys, we're recording off my cell phone, and so if he pauses, it's because a notification popped up.
My ADOS is triggering.
And for some reason, when something else pops up in front of him and he can't see his own face, he like forgets what he's gonna say.
I forget who I am. Just puts my hand. Where am I?
So what would you rate it on then? You didn't actually say your number.
You never said your number, right?
Yeah, I did.
You started.
Yeah, I did. I said it was a 3. If I didn't, it's a 3 out of 10.
Well, it's a 3. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 6. Haha.
He's more generous with his scoring than I am, so. Not saying it wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't awful. You know, you could definitely sit down and watch it. You know, and there's people out there that are gonna enjoy it. Again, slapstick comedy, not my thing, you know, so.
Now, we're gonna go a little bit off because we have watched the 5.
Yes.
And I just want to ask Justin, how did he feel about the whole series, the 5 that we've seen? Like, I'll start with this. The intros of all the drawn with the Pink Panther. How did you feel?
I think they were all entertaining. I mean, anything that's got... I'm a fan of anything that's got animated cartoon style, especially the old animation cartoons like the Pink Panther, you know...
That's your title.
The old cartoons in general, I really enjoy. So I think the intros were really good. I mean, like for that section or whatever, the title cards and whatnot.
Definitely the 4th one is like
fourth one was
they
probably
really
the
poured out
best.
a lot because I mean like it's basically references and stuff inside a movie theater, and Inspector Clouseau just gets stuck in there. He's just like, now I'm on the big screen again.
Yes.
Again. But overall, I mean like we'll just assume that I like everything. So now with the whole five movies we've seen. Now, how do you rate the series?
The series on a scale of 1 to 10.
For those 5. Yeah.
For those 5 that I've seen. It's kind of tough. I think I'd probably give it maybe a 5. I think the overall series is good. Could be better. There's a lot of off-topicness. Again, which I don't really care for. But it's definitely...
It was the 60s through the 80s.
Right. So, but it was definitely a decent series. I feel like I understand why people like it. Not my thing, but yeah, I think I give it a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll give it like a 6 out of 10. I mean, like, It's enjoyable. I enjoyed it. I watched it when I was young, and the 5th
I honestly
movie
thought you would
changed
give
me.
it a higher scoring than that, since you
Well,
liked all the films individually.
Like here's the thing. I mean, like, I'm being critical and stuff. Like, below a 5.
For the first time, he's being critical.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's a nice film. I wouldn't say like I'd want to rewatch it every year and stuff. Like, it's a
Right.
nice movie to like after like so long to like rewatch.
I feel like it's a good holiday movie.
Rush Hour.
Rush Hour.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to basically say, what did I say? 6? Yeah.
6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. It's very nice, but but like basically when it comes to my things, like anything below like a 4 or 3, it's like I have like a disdain for that. So, but like I do enjoy watching Pink Panther stuff.
I remember watching the Pink Panther cartoons.
We're not doing that. Review.
No, but I enjoyed I liked them. So
painting pink while he's painting blue.
yeah.
But yeah, basically, I mean, like, you know, I watched Pink Panther as a young age. I got enthralled at the line from the last episode on my small television.
Yeah.
And Garrett's got a gun.
Garrett's got a gun. Watch out, boys, here she comes. Dun, 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 dun.
She?
Is the song.
Yeah, but
Jenny's got a gun.
But we're talking about Garrett.
I know, it's just a funny reference. Who knows? Maybe Garrett decides he wants to be a she. That's okay.
Yeah, well,
We'll discuss it, and then he'll probably beat us up. So. Anyway, I think that's really it, unless there was anything else about the overall franchise you wanted to ask.
will we be reviewing any other Pink Panthers? Probably not.
Probably not. Maybe we should do the 2 new ones with Steve Martin, and then that way we can compare. He really doesn't like him for some reason.
I'm not saying I don't like him. Like, I'm saying like they kind of like suck the fun out of my damn burger.
I think the thing is that he has a very old sense of humor. You do.
Luigi.
So bringing Steve Martin in with a fresher sense of humor and his own character, you know, it's kind of hard to
see when he had 12 offspring.
But yeah, like you said, we're not gonna do any of the other Pink Panther films as of right now. As we know, it's not in the cards. We do have a list of other movies, ideas that we're gonna be watching, or we're gonna figure out how to do that. I'm not sure. We might do it where only when we get together and release them, or what. But
well, who knows? We might try one where we're both not in the same building.
yeah, we might try that. There's a lot of different things that are mights and no definites. We might be watching. I know I want to watch the Pirates of the Caribbean movies and review them because I love those films. Monty Python was in the books.
Now those will be the high 8s. Ooh.
Actually, let me get my phone, but my notes are up there. There's a few other films that we have wrote down that we might check out. So.
Yeah, like I don't know, just like the old days of 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Was it 3 years?
I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
When did you quit college?
Wow, thanks for calling me out. It was 19. 2020, technically.
So yeah,
2019. It would have been 2019 because I started in 2018.
Okay, because yeah, that 2018, 2019.
So yeah, but there's going to be films. We're not right now. We have no plans to do Harry Potter
Because we've already done it.
It might change. It might, we might do it, but we want to do a bunch of other films first that.
Yeah, we don't want to like.
We don't want to be that channel that the first thing they do is the most common. Well, and Pirates of the Caribbean is kind of common too.
Well, I think how it should be is like, of course, we're not going to review anything like new. Like we ain't going to watch Venom and review it or something like that. It's like
we're gonna try to do films that have been released for at least 5 years. I think is probably a good timeline. Unless
there is, like, for example, we review Pirates of the Caribbean and suddenly in like 2023 there's like a new Pirates of the Caribbean. We might review that quick.
If we've already did the series and they come out with one, we might do it. I don't know if there is one planned. I've heard rumors, but
you keep hearing rumors.
We also, I don't know when it came out, but the 5th Pirates movie, I think that's actually within the 5-year timeline. So we might watch that anyway because it is part of the series.
No, we are watching that. We are watching the full Pirates.
Well, right, but I'm just saying,
including the Disney track ride with the human skulls.
No, we're not. Anyway, there's going to be, if you guys have suggestions for films you want us to see, put them down below because we might pick them. We might not. We might, who knows? We might even give you credit if we choose choose one of your films.
We're not an anime channel either, even though we do love it.
We might. There's some films out there, Studio Ghibli.
Okay, fine.
Stuff like
Studio
that we
Ghibli.
might do.
Okay, yeah.
So I mean, if
Please,
you
can we do Spirited Away?
so if you
I
do
love that.
anyway, if you guys do want something for us to review, put it down below.
If you do want something, let us know.
He keeps distracting me. I feel like we've done like 5 of these already, and I still get distracted.
I am the wild card. I am Inspector.
You're Inspector R.
Ugh.
Inspector Onion.
Don't make me.
Anyway, like I said, this was Trail of the Pink Panther, released in 1982, a memorial movie for Peter Sellers, who played Inspector Clouseau.
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 Oh, they rated it very low.
Understandably. So if you guys want to do your own research, we'll have it linked below. We'll have all the movies linked below, like I said earlier. You know, comment. If you have your own opinions on the films, comment them too, because I'd love to read them and know what you guys think. So, besides that, do you have anything else you'd like to add or say to the people, Ryan?
Well, yes, there'd be something I would like to say.
Too bad. Have yourselves a good night, good month, good year, good weekend, good whatever it is. Until next time, bye!
He's gonna hit me.
I'm glad that you waved.